one. Your sellers and buyers are having dinner with Katie Couric every night. How quickly things change, right? It's no longer Katie. Katie's having, you know, afternoon tea with you at this point, I guess. But isn't that the truth? They're having dinner every night with somebody who's feeding their head with the truth of where they believe the market really is at this point. And the one thing I know is this: there is not another realm of influence that is as large or influential as 1 million realtors nationwide, is there? And if we don't take this up, if we're not the ones that walk out and person by person, family by family, have a conversation that counteracts this message, the country continues to be driven by fear. It's our job to know this stuff. It's important stuff. The data. This one, statistical slides paint a powerful view of the current housing market, and that's going to change every day. But here you go, right? You have no crystal ball. You're horribly mistaken. We're going to walk out with a couple of them today. All right, this is where it came from for me. I'm one of those people that don't like, you know, I was not the one where your mother said, "I told you so," because I told you so and that was acceptable. I had an explanation for what was going on at any given time. And I remember when everybody talked about this whole idea of a bubble and a bust market. And I knew to a certain extent what they were talking about, but it was a hard thing for me to define so I could use it as a tool. And so I went looking for a definition, and this is what I got: a type of economic bubble that occurs periodically in real estate, characterized by rapid speculative increase. You think that's true?
Yes.
I mean, in that to a certain, you can feel that rapid speculative increase until it reached an unsustainable level. So no longer could you sustain that based on the income that was being earned, and then it said other economic elements. And I thought, well, what are the other economic elements? Because if I'm going to measure this and know where it's going, I've got to know what I'm measuring. So that was what I did. I went looking for those other economic elements. I also found this, which was the bust. Historically, real estate values don't necessarily drop due to inflation, but remain flat for a period of 3 to 5 years. So let's look back for a minute. And let's say for the last 3 years, do you think that's a true statement, or do you think that that's not true? Remain flat for the last 3 years. Is that what happened?
Oh, no, decrease.
Okay, values went down. Okay? There's something I'm going to show you in just a little bit that will at least open up the conversation about that statement. And we'll come back to that in a minute. A slow process is sellers decide not to sell if the option exists, and they choose to wait out the market. During probably 2009, I had to go to Battle Creek, Michigan to teach. Do you think that seller had the option to wait out the market?
No.
No. In fact, it was 1 out of every 9 people in Battle Creek, Michigan were in foreclosure. You drove down the street and it looked almost like, you know, it was a vacant city at that time. It was amazing to see. But are there places in the country where when they hit that wall, the seller said, "Forget it, I'll take my house off the market"? Didn't you? And we saw a lot of property management and things like that come out of that marketplace. You had a question.
I was curious for political aspects of about economic does that include politics or
The 6 economic factors that we study.
With the next slide, you define the bubble versus
Oh, the other economic elements.
is
The governmental influence. Well, it shows up in so many ways because one of the 6 economic elements is mortgage rates, interest rates, and mortgage availability. Is that driven by the government in so many ways? I mean, do they tighten down and put some real rules? Anybody had a problem selling a condo lately? I mean, you might as well put it in your pocket and keep it for a little bit because it's going to take some time, though they are loosening up on some stuff.